so hey, I'm back with Cancer moon. If you have a Cancer moon and you're finding that the person or partner that you're dealing with is also Cancer moon, the compatibility here is definitely that of soulmate energy, of just naturally clicking and, you know, immediate understanding of each other. These two could be great partners. Excellent. Especially if you're dealing with a sun sign that's kind of harsh or a little bit less intimate, not as emotional, especially like publicly, or just like to people that they don't know on an intimate or a deeper or a personal level. These two can get together and they can let go of all of their inhibitions and, you know, really become comfortable with each other. These two seek shelter and security from each other, and they're willing to provide that themselves by being a Cancer moon. So yes, another Cancer moon is also seeking to provide and obtain that same security. And really, ultimately, it's emotional security. It's security of finances, home, and, you know, shelter security, you know, security, making sure the kids are good and there's money and people have food. You know, you have food to eat and things of that nature. Yes, that is there. However, emotional security is above all, because it is when we are secured and feeling safe, we are able to actually go and make others feel secure and others feel safe. So these two, they click, they make a good home environment together. You know, I will say this, I feel like it's very cliche, very, very, very cliche and one-sided for me to just sit here and act like everything is just always like, like them going in there just displaying their emotions and people are crying all the time, and that could be a part of it. But there's another aspect to the Cancerian energy and the moon energy to where they can also be withdrawn and want their space, right? So these two together, let's say one gets in the mood and the other one is in the mood, they're both in moods. It's not about them being stubborn within their mood, but it's really about them, you know, especially if they're deep in this emotional mood, this emotional space, personal space, they can withdraw themselves from each other. And people don't understand that moon in Cancer, they could withdraw and withhold their emotions, especially if you are a guy, and, you know, become like recluse and want to move away from people. And the good thing about having another Cancer moon there's going to be understanding. So they can allow each other space when it's needed. But at the same time, the other one can go and assist and help the other out of, you know, deep moods, and by intuitively understanding what the other one needs. Because let's say you're a Cancer moon, but you are with, you know, a moon that's not as emotionally intelligent or emotionally intuitive, it would just aggravate you that the other person doesn't understand. Like, okay, well, yeah, I wanted space, but at the same time, you can at least see what is the problem. Like, what am I experiencing? Why am I having these feelings? Like, why? Oh, so you're not going to do anything? You're not going to say anything? And it can make the Cancer moon individual feel like it's not cared for, like the person doesn't care, because, you know, it's not always about this, you know, overly dramatic display of emotions, but it's just simple things sometimes that Cancer moons look for that other signs may not understand. Yeah, maybe Scorpio, maybe Pisces moon or something like that. You know, we can even throw in Virgo sometimes, you know, even though it'll be, the approach could be different. There's still an understanding. There's still even if there's not a bottom line understanding, there's still this respect there. But still a moon that's not in a water element still may not completely make the Cancer moon feel like it's being understood. All right, because there's going to be some things that Cancer moon is not going to speak. Now, the bonus about Cancer moon that is different even from Scorpio moon or Pisces moon or other moons in general, I would say the good thing about it is Cancer moon, and depending on the sun sign and in just different places, period, Cancer moon may just tell you how they feeling and what they don't like about what you did and things of that nature. Even if they're not spazzing out, they could say it in a way to where they're going to get their point across. Okay, because their whole approach may not to be offend, but the Cancer moons can get offensive if they need to. However, I feel that what pushes Cancer moon further and further away, and not being able to feel that closeness between them and a partner, is if the partner is not listening, and it makes Cancer moon may feel like, okay, well, that not only are you with me every day or all the time, I feel like you should be able to know me. I'm telling you certain things and you're acting like you don't care. Like, Cancer moons don't like that. And even with their family and other people that they care for, if you're like their friend or something like that, or somebody that they want to hold dear to them or they find important, and you act like you can't care for their family or make sure the well-being of their children or mother or father or something is important to you, Cancer moons don't like that. They don't respect that. So Cancer moon together, the conjunction here between moons, have this understanding automatically on everything I just talked about, and they just feel safe with each other. The problem is, I feel like, is that it could make for sometimes too sensitive situations. Like, these two are the same, and you can't have people that are just running off of their emotions and there's no solid nothing to stand on. It's, you need something to balance it out. I personally feel like Cancer moons could go very well with earth sign moons, especially Virgo and Taurus. I really do feel that, because Taurus can help, or the earth sign moons can give the Cancerian moon like a sort of a foundation to feel really secure. Because if you have a situation which is two Cancer moons may face, to where there's like some sort of emergency, or there's something that's going on to where it's taking emotions from both individuals and nobody could really stand on anything solid or don't really have anything to hold on to feel safe, or the security, things can just fall apart. Instead of them two coming together, they can go apart from each other and seek that care and that sensitivity from and the security, I should say, from others. So you can also find occasions of infidelity because of this, but in things that needs to be said or talked out that they both kind of avoid. But all in all, this is a very compatible match. And depending on your sun signs, I feel like if you have two averse sun signs, this could be having, two Cancer moon compatibility, two Cancer moon sign compatibilities could be the perfect thing. Like, I'm talking like intuitive understanding. And that could make for, intense emotional displays. And then you guys can vary the level that you perform that in. And it becomes like intimate. And then you start Oh, let me bring it back some. All right, this is Cancer Moon and Cancer Moon compatibility. I'm Butterfly to the Lights. Peace.